Smalley Reports, and I'm here with Perry from Designsbyp3Rry. Perry, how's it going?
Hi Molly, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good.
Alright, so tell me a little bit about what Designsbyp3Rry is all about.
Well, we offer services ranging from club attire to props for movies, special effects. It seems like we're specializing more right now in the EDM market. So that includes light up clothing and masks for DJs. Doing a lot of those lately, and basically whatever someone contacts me and wants, we try to set up a rendering for them and then try to turn that into a reality. And we try to stick to their budget as well. We work with a lot of wide range budgets.
So you do some LED clothing. You have some rave gear, some special effects.
Oh yeah.
So you'd say dance music is your main passion?
I would say right now, yeah, dance music is definitely the whole electronic scene. It's so booming right now that's probably the most popular thing going on for me right now.
So tell me about the different hats that you wear.
Well, we've done everything from Mortal Kombat to Daft Punk, obviously deadmau5, custom ones for DJs, Cobra Effect we just worked with, and those guys are doing really well, and just whatever anybody wants, we try to make it happen.
So would you say that the dance music industry is your main passion?
Right at this time, yes. It's a very booming industry, and I've always been a fan of electronic music. I'm not a genre guy, so it sounds good to me. I like it, and a lot of times when I'm working with certain artists, like I'll be playing their music while I'm working on their item or whatever it is project, and that just really keeps me inspired. And especially with like these Cobra Effect guys right now, I'm really digging their music, and I think they're doing good stuff right now.
So you said you listen to them while you're working on their project? What project did you do for Cobra Effect?
I designed some masks for them that hide their faces and have actually built-in cooling ventilation system, as well as lighting, and they're encrusted with jewels around the face to kind of hide their identity.
Sort of like a Daft Punk feel, or?
Yeah, something like that. Definitely.
Cool. So they wore that at their show?
Yes, their debut show, yeah. I'm like a sponge. I just absorb, and God, a lot of stuff comes to me like when I'm just laying in bed, and like just thinking. My brain's always just going nonstop, and I'll be like, oh my God, like I'll wake up like, that is an awesome idea. I need to do that right away. And it's almost like an ADD thing. Like Rosabelle knows, like I have crazy ADD when it comes to like a project. I'm like on top of that, like no other. I'm always on top of whatever I'm doing. Like boom, 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 do it, get it done, do it right. You know what I mean?
So how many projects do you have at one time?
Oh my God, so many. Right now, I think I have like at least 6 different things going on right now. So
wow.
It's always a bunch of projects, and that's kind of how you like stay going. You know what I mean? You have to have all these projects going at once to
right, make some noise.
Exactly.
So besides Cobra Effect, what are some other artists you work with?
Well, I'd say I got my start at XS Las Vegas when we took some helmets we designed and built for deadmau5. Took him to the show, and he actually saw them and was so impressed. He called us up on the DJ booth to wear them during his performance, and from then on it took off. And I got in contact with Rosabelle via social media, and she was kind enough to give me a chance to work with her. We did her dress for her and her shoes, and she actually hooked me up with Cobra Effect and got me in with them, and then various other smaller name DJs right now that are still on the uprise. We're doing masks currently for a lot of those guys. So.
Those are some pretty big names. Going back to deadmau5, so what was that like when he brought you on stage?
It was like I was pinching myself, like, is this real? I mean, seeing like one of your idols, be so impressed with your work is just like, the feeling of that is just, it's better than any feeling in the world, really. It was awesome. It was unreal. I woke up the next day and I was asking my buddy, I was like, did this just actually happen? I mean, I was in total disbelief. Like, I thought I was dreaming, basically.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then you said you also got the chance to create an outfit just for Brazzaville?
Oh yeah. I had been a fan of Brazzaville's for a while. Back to the Boyer days, I used to go to Boyer a lot with my friends, and I'd always see her up there, and she killed it every time. And I was like, who is this girl? Like, someday I want to work with this girl. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but we're gonna work together. And I reached out to her a few times on social media, and she liked what I was doing, and we got in contact, and it happened from there.
Cool. So it was an LED outfit, right?
Yeah, full LED outfit. She dubbed the Brazzatron, and I LED'd her shoes for her, so it worked out great. I was really impressed. It came out better than I had ever thought.
Were those the same shoes that you did with Wired U?
Those were the same shoes, yeah, the signature shoes I designed. And she hooked up through Wire U, so we decided, yeah, we're gonna do the signature shoes along to go with the dress, so it all matches and flows. It worked out really well.
Are there other artists that you have in mind you'd want to work with, or?
Oh god, that's so many I want to work with. Going to like the females, I would like to work with Haley Gibby, who's a vocalist for Cascade. Sophie is one I've been wanting to work with forever. We've talked a few times via social media. Eva Shaw would be cool to work with. So many. To the guys, Calvin Harris would be a nice one. Who else? There's so many. God, I'd like to work with deadmau5 again. That could happen. That'd be cool.
I really like how you sort of highlighted the females that are in the industry as well, and not just the male DJs. I mean, do you think that's the females in the EDM scene are kind of a big market, or?
It's not just that. I think that a lot of them don't get the credit they deserve. People like Haley Gibby, who's just such a talented, amazing vocalist. When I first heard her songs with Cascade, and we're talking all his really big hit songs, I was like, who is this woman singing? Like, she has the voice of an angel. And I'm looking through like Google trying to find who it was, and it's like, oh, she's off to the side, like, oh, it's Haley. And I'm like, why isn't this girl getting like full credit? Like, she made the song. I mean, yeah, it's about the beat, but her voice over that beat was magic.
Was that Move For Me?
That was Move For Me. She's got a few. It was between deadmau5 and Cascade, the remix. I remember all those, yeah, all the good ones. My favorite songs. Yeah, Cascade is another guy I'd like to work with. His music actually is pretty much what got me into this newer electronic scene, because I've always been a big fan of house music. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm talking back in the day when like Daft Punk was in the discovery era, before electronic music was popular in the US, really. It was bigger over in Europe and overseas, but it's just now hitting here really hard. Mm-hmm. People are saying, okay, this is good stuff, like, this is good music,
So I feel like Daft Punk is kind of reminds me of Mousehead. Were they one of your inspirations, or?
Oh, definitely. The Daft Mouse we designed was a combination between Daft Punk's Discovery era, Guy Manuel's helmet, and a mouse head. And we talked about it for a while, and we figured out, okay, well, how can we bring Daft Punk to deadmau5, knowing that Joel or deadmau5 is a huge Daft Punk fan, and those were one of his heroes growing up. So we sat around and we kind of drew some stuff up, and then we're like, yeah, okay, that's cool, but I